Simon, we'll start by reflecting on Tuesday night's win over Barnet. Just what was it that impressed you most about that victory?
I just think the concentration levels were brilliant throughout, and they had to be. We've stepped up a level now. We started very fast and sustained the energy levels throughout. Really impressed with both the energy and the concentration. And second half, we had to make sure that we closed the door at the defensively, and we did just that, and everyone played a part.
That win leaves us unbeaten after 4 games at this level. A solid start to the National League life as a whole, you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was, all 4 games have been challenging in their own ways, but we've managed to remain unbeaten so far, and hopefully that becomes a habit.
We now face a trip to Aldershot, another team we come up against for the first time. How much do you know about their strengths, weaknesses, and how they're going to set up tomorrow?
Well, they've changed a few personnel over the summer, but I think they're going to be ending up in the top part of the league. What we do know is they've committed to playing expansive football and playing it out from the back through the thirds and on a good pitch. So it's a different type of challenge, probably to the one we've faced so far this season. And I do know they've got a very good experienced manager in Gary Waddock, so he knows what the league's about and how to cut you open if you leave yourself open. So hopefully we're quick learners from this time last week and we deliver a better performance.
And they did well last season as well, finishing 5th. Had a good win on Tuesday night. Have you been surprised not to see them up there towards the top of the league, albeit quite early?
To be honest, not really looking at the league table at this point of the season. 4 games in, so I wouldn't read too much into it. If you do that, you probably you're making a mistake. Teams like Aldershot, they're full of good players, and I mentioned the manager already. They know the level, and they'll be aiming to rack up points and springboard themselves up to the top of the leaderboard.
It's another match we've travelled to the day before the game. Just what advantages can that bring, especially on these long away trips?
It just aids preparation, doesn't it? Last week, to be honest, we did a similar trip, but we met all sorts of trouble on the motorway. We had a change of bus after about an hour today, which made life interesting for a bit, but other than that, it's been a very smooth journey, and it's enabled us to train and get MK Don's training ground, and just actually it's been smooth running today, so it's really good.
Just touching on that training session, how important was it to get a session in the day before the game?
Well, yeah, the players mentioned that if we're going to do a long journey, it would still help everyone involved. If we could have a bit of a leg loosener, and we did just that, and we could go through set pieces, and yeah, nice short, sharp session, and so it's obviously very beneficial.
All 4 games so far this season have seemed, from a spectator point of view, to be real high-intensity matches. Do you think that's going to carry on throughout the season?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. That was certainly high intensity last week against Bromley in their semi-pro. I just think there's a type of athlete that plays at this level that we're coming across now that we've got to be accustomed to that. And by this end of the season, we certainly will be. But the more that we can adapt to this high tempo type of game, the better, and hopefully we can get on the ball early on in games, but assert our style of play on it.
And finally, how's the squad looking injury wise, and how are the long-term injury absentees getting along in their recovery?
Well, Mark Beck's coming on really well, and should be joining in training over the next week or so. Ryan Fellowfield, we've still got to really nail the injury down. We've had a scan, and he's seen a couple of different surgeons, and hopefully we can really nail down what exactly the extent of the injury is. And Jordan Thewlis is in probably the halfway point of his injury, so another 5-6 weeks.
Thank you.
Cheers.